Okay, wonderful. Welcome everyone to this Venus and Gemini Morning Star offering, love offering, celebration, gathering. It is so wonderful to see all of your faces, to see everyone arriving. And we want to give special thanks to Jeffrey Gruntner, who we hope will be here in a moment because he's going to be opening for us. And he has been doing amazing work with Kaylin and I with this Venus cycle for the last 6 years as one of the very few men who has courageously really brought his beautiful medicine into the circle the whole time. He's going to help us open. And Ceremonial, also an amazing priestess and wise woman who has been with us, I think, almost through from the very beginning as well. Ceremonial, we're so glad you're here as well, and she's going to be closing. And we have all of you who are going to be sharing as well. So we're just very, very excited. And so I just, to begin, just before Jeffrey shows up, I just want to say first, just a couple simple things. You can, for those of you who aren't as familiar with Zoom, you can put it on speaker view if you want to see whoever's speaking, and you can put it on gallery view, and you can look at the top of your screen and you can just see it can go speaker, gallery, if you want to see everybody's faces, right? And I'm going to be doing my best to kind of spotlight speakers when we get to that point. But the way that this is going to work today, and we are going to open sacred space here in a moment where we want to give a moment for others to arrive and for Jeffrey to arrive, and he's going to open sacred space. Hi, Emma. And in the meantime, just to say the way the flow is going to go is that we are going to begin with Jeffrey kind of grounding us, opening sacred space, creating a safe container so that we can really open into these mysteries with the kind of the magical Gemini child. And then Kaylin is also going to kind of continue to build that energy and make her own offering and speak into the cycle a bit. And then we are going to go through a little guided meditation so that even if you didn't bring anything here, each of us are going to tap into that inner child and just create something for fun, for play. And then we're going to go into a breakout session where we're going to share in small groups either what we created in the meditation or what we've brought to the larger circle. And then we're going to go back into the bigger group, and there are going to be others who are going to share songs. We're going to share some of what people have been posting in the group, and it's just going to be this celebration. So, wow. Okay. All right. So, wow. Still a little bit of a weird background.
Yeah, I don't know where that was coming from. It's not me, I promise.
Oh, geez. Is this infamous, like, Zoom bomber that we've heard so much?
Hi, hello. Hi, can I say something? I work a lot with Zoom. My name is Marcy. Hi, blessed evening to you guys. But I think what might be happening is there might be somebody who's on a phone and on their laptop, and they need to mute something because you're getting a lot of background sound. That's what I've been getting on all my meetings, if that helps.
So everything's supposed to be muted as they come in, but for some reason that's not happening.
I think it's Marsha's mute, unmute, and it sounds like a Gemini spaceship character.
Pretty perfect. All right. Okay, Kaylin, you unmuted?
I unmuted. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Kaylin, all of it's coming from you.
No, it's not. I just muted somebody and that's where it was coming from. It's not me, I promise.
Okay. Oh, that's so funny. All right. So just to speak for a moment into the moment that we find ourselves in, and for anyone who's following astrology, we know that we're already in this massive window of magic, of transformation, of intensity, yes, accelerated time, many other factors. And because we're in the midst of this triple eclipse window, right? We're right there poised before Mercury stations retrograde. Venus is still retrograde and has just risen as morning star, so that many of you have probably seen her in the morning sky. So anybody, if you want to raise your hands, who's seen Venus in the morning sky already?
Me. This is not going to get on the recording, but maybe you can just say, Tammy, if you're seeing how many people are raising their hands who've seen it.
Yeah, so yeah, I can see how many, so raise our hands again. And I can't see everyone right now. Wow, yeah, Debbie is really excited, very much waving. And Michaela. And Lori was waving, I think, before, right? Yeah, okay, so beautiful. So be looking in the east in the morning sky and looking for her. So historically, Venus morning star rise was understood as being a time of great power. And wow,
I don't know why, but somebody keeps getting unmuted. Maybe if they're unmuting themselves, but then that's where that sound is coming from.
Yeah,
so I'll just keep muting them. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, just keep muting the little Gemini, little trickster. So with Venus morning star rise, we know this is a time historically to make an offering. Different kinds of offerings have been made. It's actually also was a time to stage battle for many cultures across Mesoamerica. And so we know this is a time of great potency and great power. And so we wanted to energize that in a completely different way, in a very Gemini way, in a playful way. And we feel very much that to open our child's imagination right now is what we are needing in this moment of this moment of the great pause, of this so many people rising all across the globe and so many people waking up at this time. There's so much that we don't know. And I love Jeffrey. I'm gonna introduce you in just a second. And I loved how Jeffrey, when we were speaking a couple of days ago, had really again evoked the Fool in the Tarot, which is also very Geminian. And this is this moment for us to open our child heart and our child mind and to step into this great void of not knowing where it is exactly that we're heading, and to really to access the creativity and the imagination that's needed. So our intent today is to really begin to just put these little seeds, these little to plant into our imagination, these beautiful little images and seeds from every color of the rainbow for how it is that we are wanting to dream into and tell this new world story together over the next 19 months. So with that, so Kaylin, and I'm gonna, Kaylin, is there anything you want to say before we introduce Jeffrey?
Just that it's super exciting to be here. I'm so delighted that Jeffrey's going to be opening the space for us, and just that I love how we're coming together as a collective to celebrate this time, because I'm just like, I got rushes of energy going through my body.
Me too. Thank you for playing with us today. We need this. Okay, Jeffrey, thank you so much for being here. I just want to introduce again, I've mentioned you a minute ago. Jeffrey is an amazing, he is an amazing prayer maker, healer, ceremonialist, someone who has been on the Red Road for many, many years. I have participated in beautiful ceremony with him. He participated with Kaylin and I and our Venus Alchemy group for the last 6 years. He's been deeply dedicated to the Venus mysteries and to night sky astrology. And so and he's got a ton of beautiful earth energy and just grounded energy that he brings as well. And, we were talking yesterday about how important it is to create sacred space and to also to create a safe space if we're going to really let this, this child energy arise. So with that, Jeffrey, if you would, we're so grateful. I know you're doing so many ceremonies right now that you're holding this space for us today. And you're muted still. Want me to unmute you?
I just did. There we go. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you both. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, it's been kind of a glorious roller coaster ride for the last 6 years in this whole Venus cycle. And so yes, I'm happy to begin. I've had an unusual day, and I tried to set up the space. Had to punt a little bit, but I have an altar behind me. I just lit some sage and stuff. We had talked about lighting a fire, but it's like 92 degrees with high winds, and that's not going to work here today. But what I am going to do is, and before I make any other comments, I think it's good just to sink into that ceremonial space. And by the way, I have to use this funky system, so it looks like I'm looking in this direction because that's where my screen is, but my camera is over here. Sorry about that. But you can see behind me my star tetrahedron, the laughing Buddha, and the Kuan Yin, and then there's the wings of a hawk for that Gemini element down here as part of the altar space. And Tammy just mentioned it, but I've been doing certain ceremonies from the beginning of the year that had to do with the Saturn-Pluto cycle, and really about the notion of becoming the Fool, of making the transition around the essence of the tarot cards. And as a symbol of that, we made this particular prayer offering of the little bundle of wisdom as you jump off the cliff, which we all seem to be doing. So those are just a couple of elements that I'm bringing in. And just you have to bear with me. Kaylin and Tammy, you look so beautiful there. And mine just kind of weird, but it's all right.
You look too.
So because it's all behind me, I had to change the setup. I can't quite refer to some of the things the way I'd like, so I'm just going to talk it through. And I already have some sage burning. And what we do with sage in any of the plant medicines is, and I don't know how many people actually do this. I had a new person to the lodge a couple of weeks ago. She said, "You pick your own sage?" And I'm like, "God, that is the only way." And I know not everybody can, but I mentioned that because the essence of using the sage is to invite in this plant that has agreed to work with the two-leggeds. When you light it, you invite the spirit of the sage into your space. And when you pick it, you make an offering and you honor the plant, and you have a little grief for the life that it's giving up, but you ask that it join you and come to your sacred space, which is what this plant medicine has agreed to do. And so what I want to do to begin with is that with these hawk wings, and I'm doing this for us and kind of towards all of you, that you invite in the spirit of sage to clear your aura, to help you get centered and grounded and present. And then I'm going to go ahead and light some sweetgrass. And again, for those who don't know, the purpose of sweetgrass is it's a calling herb. And when you burn the sweetgrass, you're calling in the ancestors, you're calling in the guides, the Tukashula in Dakota language. And so I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to talk us through a process whereby we can join through the heart field of the earth and the sun and to our own heart fields. And I know Kaylin and Tammy have presented a version of this in some of the classes. It's something that I intuited because I've had physics and because I met the people from Heart and Math when they were just beginning back in 1991. And I knew instantly about the notion of being able to connect from our the electromagnetic field of our heart to the electromagnetic field of the earth, and then to the sun, and you can go beyond even to the galaxy. And what's important for us to be able to really link to each other is to be able to connect through that heart field of the earth. And so I'll say a few more things as we go through the process. I mean, everybody is already beginning to kind of sink into their space, which is good, because I can already kind of feel you. So from a comfortable position where you're sitting, just allow a grounding cord to descend from the base of your spine. And see that going down through your chair, or whatever it is you're sitting up on, and down to the ground beneath you, all the way down through the layers of earth, down to the crust of the earth. And notice these things as you go past them. When we notice them in our minds, we're connecting to the near physical etheric, and this helps our body become more grounded. So notice the crust of the earth, and then down through the first molten layer of the earth. And then as you descend rapidly down through the miles and miles of the earth's mantle, where there are all kinds of crystalline structures and discontinuities and changes, marvelous things, as you reach the second molten layer of the earth. And then finally, you're going to reach the core of the earth. From your grounding cord from the base of your spine down to the core of the earth, and allow it to connect in. And from this place, say hello to Mother Earth. Allow that spiritual being of Mother Earth, and if you aren't already feeling it, allow the earth, ask earth energy, this healing, grounding earth force energy to rise up into your being. Open the chakras in the bottoms of your feet to allow it to come up. And we allow the earth energy to come up all the way up through our feet and our ankles, and the backs of the knees chakra, through the thighs and into the pelvic area. We are involving a part of our anatomy that knows how to process earth energy, in addition to just bringing it straight up into the root chakra. And with this mixture of the earth energy, allow it to blend with your root chakra, the wisdom of the root chakra. And then let the root chakra modulate the earth energy throughout your body, seeing it going to places that it might need healing or support. And let it go throughout all of your being, throughout your aura and your chakras. And when that is complete, open the head crown center, sufficient for tonight, as wide as you'd like. And ask that more of your own soul light descend down from the Antakarana, from the chakras above, so that you can bring into your presence as much of your own soul light as you can embody in this evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. Bringing it down, letting the sixth chakra open and fill with your chakra, open and fill and expand and down into the heart chakra. Let your soul light blend with the heart. And as you do so, from the wisdom of the heart, it can spread throughout the rest of your chakral and aura system and throughout your physical body. And from this presence, if there is any other residual energy that doesn't need to be with you for your purpose, then you could gently ask it to leave. And if there is any other energy that you may have left somewhere along your day, or with another person, or concern that you may have, you can gently call it back to yourself right now and see it arriving back. And so now from this place of being grounded, centered, and present, allow yourself to feel the connection from the heart of the earth to your own heart. And as you do so, allow yourself to begin to experience the feeling and the realness of gratitude, of appreciation. Because as you do, your heart field and the field of your mind, of your brain, begin to become one. And we are in deep appreciation. And you will begin to feel the expansiveness as you begin to resonate with the Earth's magnetic field. In the life field of whatever is around you. And now I would invite you to allow this connection to go all the way to the sun, the magnetic field of the sun, which is this vast bubble of energy of all kinds, in addition to its electromagnetic field that surrounds all the planets and is in essence our home solar system bubble. And though we may not wish to stay all the way out, as expansive as the galaxy, if you wish, you can allow those heart fields from the earth to your heart to the sun to extend all the way to the galaxy. And to the great mystery, however you experience or can connect with it. And when you feel or have touched in with that and want to feel the resonance, then allow yourself to come back into the center, and knowing that as you've done so, you are connected strongly with the Earth's magnetic field, and now you can reach out to all of those who are sitting in circle with us tonight. Or if you're listening to the recording, then through the magic of transcending time to the heart field of others. But for sure, those that we know, just feeling the resonance, sensing that there are others in the circle. And now that we have completed this, know that you can always check in with your grounding and your presence within your own heart and with that of the earth and all of the planets and that are within our solar system. And so just a couple of comments that I'd like to make. And again, Tammy already introduced this a little bit, but there's the notion that, or the reality, and it's a notion, but it's a reality. We are in a space right now where we're having to create, even as all these known structures are being torn down around us. And some of them are necessary. But by that very fact, kind of the moorings, the reference points that we have are beginning to go away. And that can be very unsettling. And there is more to come. As we've noted, the astrology is suggesting a whole lot more to come, a lot of intensity. But that idea is, it's important to be able to become like children who can play when they can feel the sense of safety and just to be creative within that, because that's what is being called upon us. We all have an adult sensibility and responsibilities, but if we can access the creative playfulness, we can take from the energy and for what's breaking down to create the new things, and allow ourselves to not need to be perfect, to be like the child who can build the sand castle, and after the wave comes in, it smooths it all out. We can just build another. And to do that, there's a sense of safety that has to be created. And that we need to do for ourselves, and particularly from our own, within the community. So the importance of connecting in this way when we can, to connect to our heart fields and know that everybody has their story and they have their particular things that are going on, but the sense of being solid and protected by the love of each other. And the notion of, like, you know, when children will make up their own rules, and a lot of times they kind of get it right, you know, their sense of fairness. And so if we can invoke that as a beginning place, I don't, so I feel though we have the sacred space that I was invited to create. I need to check in with Tammy or Kaylin, because she had invited me to say a few more words, but I want to be attentive to time. It looks like it's already 7:30. So, are we, shall I go on, or should I turn it over to whoever is next?
Wow, Jeffrey, I think if you have something just succinct, that's great. But yeah, I think that with everything we're going to try to do, probably to wrap it up pretty soon would be good.
Well, what I will say very quickly is, you know, Tammy introduced me, and I might have additional things to say, but in terms of this group, the idea of moving through these different cycles it has been really powerful. And the succinct thing I would like to say is that for me, the last cycle, the Libra cycle, was really about learning to be in a relationship in a new way. And, you know, there was some emphasis about being in relationship with the self. For me, I put the focus on the relationship with the inner other, the inner feminine. And obviously the Venus cycle is about the feminine, but focusing on that, and in particularly those parts of self, the feminine aspects, however they might have been conditioned that way, that are problematic, that are manifesting outwardly, that I know are inside of me. So to come to terms with that, so that I can be stronger when I encounter those things outside me, but to really integrate it. So there's the sense of having been a completion. Well, I think it's still continuing to complete, but the process of learning to be in relationship. And now we're shifting over to the Gemini. And so to me, it's kind of like, well, what's still necessary in terms of any relationship is communication. And that's such a strong thing with Geminis, to be able to communicate. And in addition, it's the notion of being able to communicate from for me anyway, again, it's this from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. We only can able to create lasting change when we can address those elements. We can learn all kinds of stuff in the head space, but if it doesn't get down into the subconscious realm where so much of our reality emerges from. So there's that aspect of Gemini too that I'm interested in exploring. And that's kind of what I'd like to bring. And while we've been in this stage, the cocoon stage or the goo stage, I'd like to say I felt numerous times when trying to communicate where I felt like goo. So I'm happy that we're now merging into the Venus or the morning star cycle. So thank you all. Glad to be in the circle with everyone. So go ahead.
Jeffrey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for opening for us and for all the ways that you have held space for the last 6 years with us. It's been so incredibly important.
Ditto
Okay,
that.
thank you.
Right, yes, absolutely. And our you know, connecting in the heart space, in the magnetic field of the heart, that's just so awesome. So I'm going to just do a little piece on interestingly, one of the last things that was just posted on the Facebook page was the song Rainbow Woman by Lisa Teal, who lives here in Tucson, and I've met her and she's amazing. And it's a great song, so I highly recommend everybody go and listen to this song. And I'll post it on the class page too. I think I can do that. So for those of you who aren't on Facebook, don't have the link. And so I just wanted to, so that just inspired me to just speak about this rainbow goddess. And I'm gonna do an invocation to her in a moment. But there is a Native American prophecy that talks about the rainbow warriors. And a very dear friend of mine wrote a book called Rainbow Warriors Awake back in the 90s, I think. It's been a while since I've read that book, but there's rainbow warriors, there's rainbow serpents, there's rainbow bridge, there's rainbow goddess, there's rainbow jaguar, because I just connected to a rainbow jaguar thing, and I have this whole jaguar thing that is been speaking to me for a while now. So, and there's many, many more. So part of what we'll be doing in the cycle is exploring all the possibilities of the rainbow goddess. Literally, this behind me is a rainbow weaving that somebody gave me back in the mid-90s of a Nana and as a rainbow goddess. I'm like, oh, how cool is that? So this has just been an amazing journey for me. So I just invite everyone, and maybe one of the things that happens is if you place your hands over your heart, it connects you to that magnetic field of the heart. And this, I posted it on the Facebook page. I also am going to post it on, or it's already posted on the class page. This is the invocation to the rainbow goddess, or well, the Gemini Meta Goddess, but she's definitely the rainbow goddess. So here we go. Oh, radiant and shining rainbow goddess, rising into my awareness, magically alive with wisdom, insight, and new stories. Inspired by your brilliant, harmonious love light, guiding us in understanding who we really are. Through our creative endeavors, inspire new perspectives that liberate us from the constraints of time and this 3D reality. Bless us with your guidance and wisdom as we continue to transform whatever limiting beliefs remain within us that have kept us small and afraid. Guide us to trust that it's time to take a great leap of faith, jumping into the void, traveling the rainbow bridge, magically arriving where true freedom awaits us. Guide us in healing our body, mind, and soul from all the old stories that have shaped our world through fear and limitation. Awaken within us new stories, new songs, new possibilities, new understanding, filled with love, joy, magic, and play. Help us to co-creatively bring forth the new earth within us through the power of our radiant rainbow light body magic, and alive and living inside of us that has been forgotten and we are now remembering. It is done, it is so, and all heaven and earth rejoice. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you, Kaylin. Love the invocation.
So I feel like I feel pretty complete with that. I feel like that kind of sums it up. And this is something you'll have access to if you would like to say this invocation over the next 19 months, every day, every week, every month, every Venus Moon conjunction, whatever works for you, you have access to it.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kaylin. So, wow, okay, so we're grounded, we're inspired. I'm now going to lead everyone through a brief little meditation, and it's going to integrate movement. And the intention of this meditation is to truly connect us to this kind of magical Gemini child. So I'm going to first ask that we stand up. Let's go ahead and stand up, because we want to be in our bodies. We want to really be in our bodies. So to stand, and close our eyes. And now put your hands palms up. And now I'm going to invite you. I just want to acknowledge that sometimes it can feel, sometimes we can feel our age. And I don't just mean the number of years that we've lived on this earth in this lifetime. What I mean is that sometimes we can feel very ancient. And I'm going to ask you now, you just let your arms drop for a moment and just let your body feel heavy. And let your eyes, your eyelids feel heavy. And let yourself feel your age. Let yourself feel and know if there's any grief in your belly. Just soften your belly and let that be what it is. You might feel even that your feet, you might feel aches and pains in your body, and just let yourself be with that. We're going to let ourselves feel the heaviness, and we're going to let ourselves feel the weariness that comes when we're at this point in the story. And we've been telling this story for a very, very, very long time. And we've been doing our very best, and we've been battling, and we've been showing up, and our bodies might feel heavy, and the lids in our eyes might feel heavy, and we might feel some days pretty ancient. So just to breathe and to let ourselves feel that, and let ourselves feel also our soles of our feet on the earth and the ways that Mother Earth holds us. Now, I'm going to invite you to listen deep and to hear off in the distance the sound of thunder. And in your mind's eye, you might open your mind's eye to see yourself in the middle of a beautiful big field of grasses. And off in the distance, you see the thunder clouds arising and arriving. You hear the thunder and you smell the scent of rain. And you see that light that comes and that darkness that comes as the thunderstorm arrives. And now I want you to imagine and bring up your palms. I want you to imagine this rain, this pelting rain begins to wash over you. And you feel this rain, these heavy drops of water. And you feel them, these clear drops of water in this thunderstorm that are washing over you, just washing over your body. And you feel the water in your hands. You feel the water cleansing you. You feel the water renewing you. And it's just pelting over your body. And you feel it. Just take a moment to let these cleansing waters wash over you. Cleansing you of any and all of the weariness. Helping you to let go and to lay down the places where you feel so heavy. Allowing yourself to surrender to this experience of the rains. And now allow your imagination to open above you. You can look up into the sky, and what you see is the mothers, and they are weeping. It's the mothers who are weeping, and their tears are purifying us. And they're washing over our bodies. And as they wash over our bodies, look down at your fingers, look down at your body, in your mind's eye, and see the ways that you are being cleansed and purified. And now see and feel that the rain begins to lighten. And now see and feel that the clouds begin to part. And see before you these beautiful little puddles of water. And I'm going to invite you to actually slosh around in those puddles of water for a minute and just see and imagine your toes, your bare naked toes, squishing around in the mud and the water. And you're feeling much lighter now. You look down at your hands and your feet and you actually see that you are, in fact, a child. You open your eyes that had felt heavy before and they feel, you see the world in a new way. And now you see a beautiful little path, and in that path before you, you see a gorgeous rainbow. So we're going to take that path until you arrive at the very edge of the rainbow, and you see the shimmering colors before you. And you step into the rainbow, and you feel these shimmering colors and hues washing over you, and it's like a mist. And you'd already felt lighter, but now you feel this tingling in your body. You feel this lightness, this magic, this sensation of joy. It's like the actual taste. You might even stick out your tongue, you can taste it. It's joy, and feel it on the tips of your fingers and on your toes. And you're just steeped in this medicine of this rainbow, and it's sparkling with light, with colors, and it's filling you down to the very cells in your body, and filling you with this magical rainbow light. And now I want you to open to either see, feel, and just sense in your body, or hear a message. You might see, you might even see before you Iris herself, the rainbow goddess. You might simply hear a voice, a message from her or from another muse connected to these Gemini Venus mysteries. And you might just feel in your belly something, a new knowing, a new arrival of some kind of knowledge. In any case, in this moment, you receive either perhaps it's Iris, perhaps it's the rainbow goddess, and she's telling you something. It's important for you to know. So receive this message from her or this knowing in your body now. And this is just a transmission. It's important for you. So receive that medicine of the rainbow and of the message. And now you're going to bring your hands up, even as you bring your hands up and you look in your hands in your mind's eye. And what you see is the beautiful, gorgeous planet Earth. She is resting in your hands. And you see your hands, your entire body continues to be infused with these glimmering, shimmering, light-filled colors of the rainbow. And as you hold this beautiful earth in your hands, you see, feel, know that there is this new story, this new emerging reality and possibility. You see it. You see it happening in the earth. Maybe you zoom in one particular place on the earth. Maybe you see the rainforests in Brazil and you see something happening there. Maybe you see the town where you live. You see something magical happening there. Maybe you see Black communities in the US and you see something miraculous happening there. Maybe you see schools in your country and you see something new and amazing happening there. Maybe you zoom down and you see yourself, and you see yourself in a new way, and it's a miracle because you see yourself made new. You see yourself as this point of light, bringing beauty and bringing magic into your world. But I want you to open your imagination now and you receive whatever the image or whatever the song or whatever this offering is. And in a moment, we're going to very simply share in our journals or on paper with crayons or markers. You're just going to see an image that you're going to sketch like a child might. So just enjoy the sensation of holding our beautiful, beautiful planet Earth in your hands. and receiving any image, and whatever it is completely fine. Receive that image or that song or that message. It might just be some words you're going to write on a piece of paper. It might just be a flower that's so beautiful that makes you think about this feeling of hopefulness in your heart. It can be anything. It might be an animal that makes you smile. It might be a little melody in your head. We're just taking a moment more now to receive whatever that thing is that you are here receiving from this beautiful Mother Earth who you hold in your hands. It is a little seed of something beautiful that you want to, that connects you to this hopeful feeling of this new world story that we are telling together. So now you can put that beautiful earth back into space. Put her back there. Bring your hands down. And maybe just feel your palms. Maybe just feel your body. And come back to the present moment. We're going to go back and sit down. And we are just going to take a moment now, just about 2 minutes, just very quickly, to sketch something or paint something or take something down from that experience. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to create some breakout rooms, and we are going to have some minutes to share. We can share what happened in that vision. We can share what we created, or we can share an offering that we've already created for this circle, so that we have, because not every one of these offerings are going to be able to be shared in the larger circle because we got a lot. It is an opportunity to share from the heart what it is that you received. So we're going to be in groups of about 3 small groups. And so we're going to begin that process now of putting people in groups. And just so you know, these groups will last for about 9 minutes. So it's about 3 minutes apiece if there are 3 people. And then when we come back and open it up again, then we are going to share some of, and we're going to have a few people. Brett, Gemini Brett is going to share. My Love is going to share. Other people are going to share music and images. We're going to share as much as we can. But now we're going to do a little, it's so important to have this time now together. And we really are excited about having this time together. So
it's an opportunity for everyone to give voice to something that they've experienced up to now around this. And when we give it voice, we give it energy, right? So we help enliven it even more. So this is why it's really exciting and important to have these few minutes to connect with other people. Just a small group, yeah.
A small group of 2 and 3. So
yeah.
All the rooms are open now, so you're going to want to join, click.
Hi, so you'll probably need to unmute yourselves. I think okay. Looks like everybody's unmuted. Awesome, it's so great.
Hi.
Hi. So anybody have a burning desire to start?
No.
All right, well then
Okay.
I'm having this like moment of, back in the 90s, I was super tapped into the whirling rainbow prophecy, and I haven't thought about it in a long time. And I literally just went and looked up on my other computer, the whirling, what it's like, because I remember some of it, but partly it's like when you see sundogs in the sky, or you see a rainbow around the sun because of the way the clouds are and stuff. That was a sign of the whirling rainbow being present in our reality. And I used to see sundogs all the time because I was out and about around sunrise or sunset. That's usually when you see them. So basically, this is what it says. The whirling rainbow represents the most powerful force of the creative spirit of evolution. It is the first visual manifestation of light and air, momentarily suspended in condensation of the water vapor in the atmosphere and resulting in bringing forth the crystal liquid known as water, which is the very staff of life for all the creatures on the planet of the earth and planet Earth. And so I know there's more to this prophecy. That's just the first thing that popped up. But I am so excited to like dive back into that again and really bring that forth. And literally, I know in Peru, they talk about the rainbow, the certain shamans or whatever, they would talk about the rainbow light body. And I just received the 9 rights of the Moonite Key, and that part of it is about activating your rainbow light body. So I'm like, oh, this is really talking to me. So I got rainbow light body, rainbow promise, rainbow love, rainbow inspiration, rainbow magic, and of course the rainbow warriors of peace and plenty for all. And so that was what came up for me.
Wow. Nice.
So you might want to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and then share about what came up for you.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm Estela. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico. And it was really amazing. Today I was out on about the shops, and every shop that was closed for, so many weeks, they had a big rainbow that said under it, like a sticky, but it was really big, and it said everything's going to be all right. So that was a nice thing. And what came in the exercise or in the meditation, I saw a colorful dragon, flying dragon, moving like the earth, like an energy. It was taking us somewhere else, so we just had to trust.
I love that. I have been having so much dragon medicine in my life, and so I just totally love that, and you're telling me that is so cool. And so I'm thinking, okay, rainbow dragons. We've got rainbow jaguars and rainbow serpents. Why not rainbow dragons?
Yeah, and last night, maybe it was because last night I saw the eyes of Draco. on the sky.
Right.
So maybe.
Uh-huh.
And this morning I tried to see Venus. Even I put a long stare in my yard, but no, it was getting. I saw the moon and it was and Mars and Jupiter, but then it got cloudy. And I'm around so many mountains that it's very hard to see it just at first light. No.
This was the first morning I was able to see Venus because we have mountains in the north, or in the east, I'm sorry.
East, yeah.
And we've had fires on these mountains. And so when I looked, I could see the fires and I couldn't see Venus at first. And then I went back and looked later and Venus had risen up above it. So like Venus is above this just flame that's just, the whole horizon is lit in flame. And of course the moon was above that.
Oh, beautiful.
It was beautiful, but I'm thinking, oh, sorry for all. I know everything is on fire. Anyway.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
those are the cycles.
Yeah. So Barbara, how about you?
I'm from Wisconsin, and so today I'm working from home now, but I was in my gardens, and it was just, I feel like I'm in a psychedelic world right now. That the colors are so vibrant, and it's speaking in a different level than I know. So I know these changes are coming, and I love the whole Gemini thing. I'm a Sun Gemini, and but it's that playfulness without having to create something of value for somebody else. That I can be playful and create just for my own enjoyment, and that's what gives it value. But as soon as I start feeling this creativeness, I start to, my mind wraps around it and makes it yucky. So I'm looking forward to having that lifted and, you know, more dimensions being touched by the rainbow. So I'm excited. I can't wait to kind of really get into this.
So Barbara, where are you in Wisconsin?
Near Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. So my best husband ever, my BHE,
Yeah.
he had a place in Oconomowoc. Actually,
Oh, that's only, you know, that's like 20
not
miles
far.
away.
I flew into Milwaukee all the time when I was going to spend summertime there. And so on Lake Okauchee. And so anyway, he sold his place 4 years ago. And we're full-time in Tucson now. And I miss kind of going back and forth, but I have to say, that was a little stressful.
Yes.
But
it is beautiful right now this time of year. Everything is just, it's amazing right now. And I'm in my own little world. And then if I don't turn on the TV and I don't listen to any other thing, I wouldn't, it doesn't exist.
You're in your own reality.
It really is. And it's like, I can create more of this. And I'm just so grateful for the peace that I have. And I don't know if it was Jeffrey earlier or somebody was talking about gratitude.
Yes.
And it was just like an appreciation. And I've always known that up here in my head, but today I was like, yes, that's the power. It's beauty. It's just loving the beauty that's around me. So,
yes, and when we're in that place of gratitude, we're in a place of higher vibration in our whole being. Our mind, our body, our spirit is just vibrating with that gratitude energy, and it uplifts everything around us. It's so cool.
and I could feel that. I could feel the difference today when I was feeling that. It's like, wow, something shifted. Something was different than it had ever been before with the gratitude and the appreciation. And I was like, wow. I realize that all of my things that I do for me are really important though right now too. That I have to be disciplined. I'm a Gemini who does not like discipline, but I have to be disciplined in creating my world. I can't just let it all just happen. I have to be the creator now too. And there's discipline required, which means, you know, taking time to appreciate. It means, you know, when I wake up in the morning, you know, giving praise for the sun to be there and feeling into the world just a little differently. And there's a part of me that says, oh, this isn't going to make any difference at all. And there's another part that says, oh, woman, you ain't seen nothing. So, and I thank you for doing this, because in my gardens, I followed you the first couple of times, but on my own, because I didn't have the money to afford doing this. So my gardens are already filled with that magic, because that's where I did all these journeys.
Oh, beautiful.
As I was taking pictures today, I was like, oh, that's why it's so magical back here. I've been doing this along with you. So
yeah, you've been and seeding your intent in your garden for all this time. That is,
yes,
yeah, that's so great. And as you're saying disciplined, what I want to say is responsible play. Like, you know, so
yeah.
how do we create the container that allows us to play in a way that is safe, that is allows for the greatest amount of creativity and freedom possible, but to be safe at the same time, to be, you know, structured in a way that's going to allow it to be something that we can really enjoy and savor and appreciate. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that you brought that up. That's awesome. Yay. So have you seen Venus yet?
No, I have not. I don't have mountains here in Wisconsin, but I am close up to a hill. So I would have to go climbing up the hill across the street, and I'm just not there yet.
Okay.
I all kind of like, hey, come on, you know.
Right?
I know she's there.
Right. Well, so I might recommend that this is June 16th, I think it's June 18th, if I'm remembering correctly. Venus and the moon will be together. Actually, we could already see, as Estella was mentioning, we could already see the moon way away from, here was Venus and here was the moon. Tomorrow it'll be a little closer, and then the next day it'll be a little closer, and then maybe we won't see it after that. I don't know. It just depends on your horizon line and all of that. So if you get it, so if you're going to make an effort to go see it,
That would be the time. I did see that on Earth Sky this morning. I saw it, and I was just like, oh. I mean, I've stayed up all night and watched the moon, you know, so.
That is awesome. That's one of the things we recommend people do, you know, create a more personal relationship with the sky mysteries. And so go be out under the sky. And if you can do that all night, that is the best.
Well, it's yeah.
Yeah.
When you do it, when you're doing it and you don't know other people are doing it, you think you're a little nuts, okay? So it's really nice to know that, oh, other people are playing this too. And I got to say, that's probably the best gift right now, is that I've done some of this stuff, and my neighbors probably, I don't know what they think. I don't really care anymore. I mean, not discare, but, and then you realize you've been doing this stuff and it's okay.
Well, yeah, the ancient cultures, that's what they lived out under the sky, and that's how they knew what was going on, and that's how they knew how to be in co-creative relationship and to inform the mysteries as much as they were being informed by them. So for us to get that magic back, we have to go and create our own relationship with the sky, and it's powerful. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, looks like we're getting called back here in a moment. Anything else you want to say, Estella, before we leave?
No, I'm also being the one driving around trying to see the moon and the stars through all the mountains. And I say, oh, I see it. No, I don't. No, I see it.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so very cool. It was delightful to connect with you all, and it looks like let's say 32 seconds before we're going to be forced back. Of course, you know, Gemini would like to say, I'll go back when I choose, but no, it'll happen.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess that's it. So if you want to, you know, if your little thing is showing up and you want to return back to the main.
I'll be right back. I gotta drink something.
Wow, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. Oh, Monica's here, yay. Okay. And Kaylin, you're unmuted, right?
Here.
Yay, okay. That was fun.
That was so fun.
That was great. Okay, good. So good to have everyone still here. We didn't lose too many. You know, you can lose people and things like this. We still have most people here. So this is where we get to kind of play and share. So I'm going to start by seeing if Gemini Brett is here, because we were going to start earlier, but we went a little over.
No worries, I am here.
You're here. Yay, gonna spotlight.
Breakout section. Can you give me permission to share some pretty pictures?
Absolutely.
Gemini Brett, so good to
Thank
see you.
Thank you, Kaylin. It's good to see you, and it's good to be seen. And I'm very honored by the invitation. I wish that I could be committed to the full journey with the two and the many, many of you. Once again, it was the Capricorn and Leo cycles. The Leo is a cycle to which I was born in 2014 through 2017, that I was able to do this journey with Kaylin and with Tammy. And so some of you were there. If any of you are new, you came to the right place. And I'm always referring people to this space. It's just wonderful to be in fellowship. I think it's really important more and more. It's hard to say what's going on in the world. It's, I think, beautiful. Like Gemini, for one thing, is the winds of change that come and blow in crazy ways to rearrange. And we've been calling in a new world for a long time. And now it's time for a little bit of that release of the old one, and trust and faith and knowing that we're going to make it on the other side. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like. What I am sure is that this is the kind of thing that matters and that will help us make it through. And fellowship and connection and love, especially in a time of much forced separation, is definitely the answer. And there are many answers. So I want to show you some images of some of those, some twins. Oh, you know what? I need to stop this, sorry, and start again, because I want to remember to share some sound, because we are going to enter the night together, friends. So I think a very beautiful thing about working with the Venus cycles. Tammy, thumbs up or thumbs down? Can you see this painting?
Yeah, we can see it. It's great.
This painting by the absolutely wonderful Autumn Sky Morrison.
Yeah, she's so good.
I love it.
So part of this idea of the twins is, as we learn to communicate, we begin to honor the other. For we need to learn to communicate our own needs in the language of the other's ears. And part of this is the day and the night, is that waking side of us, and that very active side. And with Gemini, anything, we can be overactive. Certainly that's the scene for me right now, but part of it is the night. So I want to take us there now. We have the right to dream. And we have to remember that this is one of the many things that has been taken when our night side is burned at the stake. And I think many of us are tuned into the depth of this pain and understand that we're rising now. like the phoenix from the ashes, and taking back grace. So the queen bee and the busy bee are an interesting duality. My friend Sienna Dawn created this totem for the feminine divine with me some time ago. Many of these images, we should give credit, are from Dark Beauty magazine. And I sent Sienna like a paragraph asking her to kind of bring together many of the themes of the goddess that I was tuning into at that time. I was preparing to do a talk on Friday the 13th in Salem, Oregon, but I figured why not just call it Salem, Massachusetts, and go for it. And these were images at the time of the 5 archetypes that Venus was highlighting with her pentacle points. And so Capricorn reaching for the owl of wisdom, and Scorpio, who's now become Libra, Enchantress, and Aries, who will become Pisces, so the warrior goddess, and Leo, this performer, this dancer, and very importantly now, Gemini here, sitting on the moon and casting these spells, right? So there's many types of magic, and that's the one that I want to encourage and call forth now in this share, is to remember that spells are how we create our words, how we narrate our reality, how reality responds to our speech, and to get right and clear with our devotions and our wishes. So it's a time now for dreaming and actively speaking forth the dream of this new world. So we make sure that this revolution is seated in revelation, and that we're doing our dreaming rather than have others dream for us. So thank you again for the opportunity to share. It's really nice to feel a lot of these hearts. It's been a while.
Well, how can we have a Gemini goddess cycle without Gemini Brett?
Well, in true Gemini fashion, it was just kind of a surprise a couple hours ago. So,
I know. Gemini doesn't plan ahead necessarily.
Brett, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Your heart medicine and your spell, the spell of beauty and of magic that you weave with so much love. We're really very, very grateful to have that in this circle.
thank you.
Thank you. So I want to now invite, I am going to invite Talon because he has a song. Let's see, Talon, do you know how to unmute yourself?
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted.
But I'm not seeing you yet.
Let me see. Okay. I'm going to, all right. There you are. Yay, another song. Beautiful.
I'm just going to play a little song on my flute. Not. Usually when I play my flute, whatever comes out is at the moment. Never really anything. I've got a few things that I've written, but this is just going to be from the heart.
Yay. Thank you, Taylor.
It's so great to have Cocapelli in the house.
Thank you, love.
You're very welcome.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. So I think we have one more person who has actually said that they would perform something musically, and then we're going to go in and start just diving into the beautiful images that people have shared on Facebook, and we're going to complete with Sarajevo. So Violet, are you in the house? Are you here?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Yay. Violet is a wonderful friend here in my neck of the woods too, and an incredible songwriter and magical being.
I'm painting a violet.
Oh.
Awesome.
Well, wow, I didn't realize I was gonna share something, but thanks, Tammy. But I'd be happy to sing something that I wrote last year that that I'd like to share for y'all. It's a song called Everything Goes in Circles. It's okay to feel the way you do. It'll be gone before we're through. Rethink what you thought, what you were. Imagine something stronger. Open your eyes, open your eyes. Open your eyes to the wisdom. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid when it comes. Not everything needs to be explained. Just accept the magic in the rain. When the time is right and the stage is set, you'll know what to do, you won't forget. Everything goes in circles, don't let the weight sit on your shoulders. Everything goes in circles, don't let the weight sit on your shoulders. Within the light, within the light, within the light, shadows are cast. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay if you come in last. And it's okay to take your time. It's okay. It's okay to take your time. It's okay. The seeds have been sown. The seeds have been sown. The seeds have been sown, yes, the seeds have been sown. 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 Make friends with the unknown.
That was awesome.
Thanks. Usually I do that with my looping pedal, and underneath it says everything goes in circles. Don't let it go on your shoulders. Thank you. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you, Violet. Violet in the Undercurrents. If you want to find her, she's wonderful. Okay, awesome. All right, so I think, Kaylin, we're gonna, let's see. I am gonna go ahead and share my screen, unless, let me actually do this first. I'm gonna put everybody on gallery view. Let's put everybody on gallery view. Is there anyone else who has something like a song or a rather brief poem you want to share? Yes, Marcia? I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay. It was from my class, Path with Art. and we did something yesterday, and it's kind of rough, but it's called Butterfly Dreams. The spring butterflies are here to heal our planet Earth. The shapes of the past, dark clouds around our hearts, the spider webs of doubt and grief, the thunderstorms of violence and destruction are being healed and transformed. The butterflies of transformation, transformative healing are creating new dreams for us. They are filled with smiley faces, laughter, music, dancing, traveling, shopping, restaurant eats and sweets, community gatherings and parties. I feel our dreams and visions will surround our planet Earth with peaceful and joyous rainbow hearts.
Ooh.
Thank you, Marcia.
Yeah, Marcia, and just
Marcia.
and it's Path with Art is a place, is a school in Seattle.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It takes courage.
Oh, I write and perform, and it's been tough on me because Venus has been retrograde in my 10th house, but I do get out occasionally, and we all are not getting out. But you'll believe I live by Licton Springs Park, which is the last remnants of the Native Americans. There's a little park. It's beautiful. And could you clarify one little thing for me? When did Venus rise? I've been trying to find it on the internet. And when did it actually rise up? Was it today or yesterday?
Well,
June 9th or 10th. I saw, I think it was Guy Otwell said June 9th.
Okay.
But you know, it depends on your horizon line, and it depends, because I just saw Venus for the first time today.
Oh, okay.
Me
so,
too.
yeah.
First time today. So,
So
it depends on where you live
Yeah.
in your horizon line. Yeah.
Oh, it depends on
Yeah.
your horizon line. Okay.
Yeah, but over the coming week, most people should begin the coming weeks. We should be able to see her a little further up and a little further up.
What time?
And literally, I have mountains in the east, so I saw Venus above the mountains this morning. So you know, that's why it took a little longer. And our mountains are on fire, so I saw Venus above the fire. It was pretty amazing. It was like spectacular in a way, but also heartbreaking because we know that the mountain's on fire. But maybe that's
So in
what's
Seattle,
changed.
would I see it at 6 a.m.?
I didn't.
What do you think? When you say morning?
It before the sun comes up.
Before any time, just has to be dark outside.
Well, it has to be dark outside. I looked at 4, and I'm on Pacific time.
I'm Pacific time.
And it was too early, and then I went back around 5, and I got to see it.
Okay, 5.
Yeah.
4:30. I saw it at 4:30.
Okay.
So I am gonna go ahead actually and just, we're gonna probably go a little over, which we kind of knew might happen because this is a lot to kind of celebrate. So let's just do a little bit more in terms of, and just if you have something to share, like try to keep it to like 2 minutes, possibly as much as 5, but 2 to 3, something like that.
And Kathleen Allen has her hand raised, I see.
Who does?
Kathleen Allen. If you can.
Okay, Kathleen, why don't you go? And if you have a beautiful painting or something like that, even if you posted it on Facebook, you know, you can go and show us that too.
No, I'm not on Facebook. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, no, this is, since you asked for people to offer, this is something that I shared with Talon in our private group. And it's, I don't know if it's a poem or a blessing or a prayer, but here it is. In the name of all that is true, okay? Let us begin anew in all we do. Let us make of ourselves vessels for the powers of love, wholesome and true. It is not we who breathe, but one who in and through us breathes. Essence of all wind ever blowing, who makes the earth and all things turn and stars to shine forever. So let us love and serve this one who lives and breathes at the core of all being, who brings us life with every breath, whose love our only duty is to share.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so powerful.
Thank you.
You're so brave. It takes so much courage. Thank you to be sharing these things in this circle.
Thank you.
Oof.
Okay, good.
Wow. Who's next?
I'm not on Facebook. And so I created this for us. And let's see, I have to share my screen, don't I?
Wait, who is this?
Karina.
Karina.
Hmm.
Do you have a video?
No, it's just an image.
Oh.
The host disabled attendees screen sharing. Can I share or not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let
me give you Karina Domenica.
Yeah, Domenico, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make you co-host.
Or just
and
you can also give her the ability to share screen too.
It's just
Okay.
I'm not on.
Okay, here you go.
So can you see
Hi,
this?
Karina. Yeah,
So
I
you
can
should
see
be able to share your screen now.
Oh, okay. So now I share screen. Okay. This, I guess.
Oh, I posted this for
that
you.
was beautiful.
This
Thank
is
you.
so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really something.
Right.
Love the rainbow colors with Venus and this Gemini symbol. That's awesome.
It is beautiful. You were the first one to share anything, Karina. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I shared it for her.
Thanks, you guys. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Karina. That's beautiful.
So now you need to stop your share.
Okay, I'm going to try to figure out how.
It should be a little thing that says stop share.
Stop share. Okay, stop. Got it.
There we go. Excellent.
Okay. Woo. Okay. Thank you, Karina. So good to see you.
Thank you.
Okay. So who is next? I think Melody, didn't you have something you were going to share? Yeah, can we hear you talk about it and spotlight you? Melody has been in our circles for a long time, and she's an amazing dreamer and artist, and wow, holy.
That is amazing.
That's incredible.
It's like a vortex whirling something. A whirling vortex of rainbow.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melody,
Yeah,
so much. We love you. That's amazing.
Did you want to say anything about it,
Yeah.
Melody?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say that as I worked on it, it was I asked to see what an important event in time looked like, and so for some reason I got it out, and this past week or something. But there's something about Gemini being the traveler and time traveling and going down whatever path, and coming back out. And I don't know, there was just something about this. So, and then the rainbow, of course. So anyway, I just wanted to share it.
Beautiful. It's very multidimensional. And
the way you're holding it up like that is totally like, it's very, very cool.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Melody.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
amazing.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Thank you for this.
Yay. All right. So who's next? This is way too fun. I feel like we're doing show and tell,
It is like being a kid.
That's the point.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
I'll share something.
Yay!
Yay.
I'll share what I drew.
Oh.
Wait a second.
Yay.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really sweet. Thank you, Faye.
You're
welcome.
I like
recognize
that.
the journey in that drawing.
What's that?
I'm recognizing the journey that Tammy took us on in that drawing.
Yeah, absolutely. I went someplace. It was great. It was really great. And I shared something in the Gemini Facebook group. I didn't know how to share onto this page, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got access to it. You can show it. It was an owl with a rainbow, and I wrote a little poem. Do you have that?
You know what? Let me look. I think
I
I
saw
can
it.
find it. I can find that. No
Okay.
problem. Let me see.
I just don't know how to share it with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, right. Okay, so Morning Star. And you just posted it in the Gemini Morning Star group or in this
Yeah,
group?
I posted
in the Morning Star group.
I see.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to post to this group. It wouldn't let me, or I couldn't figure it out or something. I don't know.
Right, it was weird. Okay, so I
So many
think-
groups.
I know.
Seriously, it's out of control. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and here it is. How's that?
Oh,
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Tell us a little about it.
Well, if you scroll down to the see more, I wrote a little something about it. Hit the see more. I can't do it.
Over underneath her words, like it says paradox, where's the instruction manual on how to hold a pair of dots? And then click on the see more and it'll
yeah, okay. I have a large,
there you go.
Okay. So I can read this if you can move it over, but hang on. There we go. So paradox, where's the instruction manual on how to hold a pair of dots? How does one stay centered among the two extremes? Standing still can become a dangerous place I can't read the thing that I wrote, when trying to avoid the swinging of the pendulum. Expand the vessel large enough to contain the both. And, you say, this is healing ground of duality, following the rainbow bridge where all colors can be glorified and the polarizing pair of dots will be as one.
Ooh, beautiful. Thank you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. And this is a picture of two snowy owls, and I like to think of them as a male and a female, although I don't really know. And I have this hanging in my bedroom, and I have a crystal, and the rainbow was right on them the other day, and I jumped up and got this picture. Yeah.
That is
I love how the universe does stuff like that, right? When we least expect it.
Right.
So cool.
Thank you.
Wow, that is so cool.
I love being with you all. I just have to tell you that. I just really feel so happy to be with everybody.
What a beautiful circle we are. Oh my gosh. And how fun. I love that there was so much positive masculine medicine in this.
I know.
Me too. Me too.
Yay.
It's really good.
If I had known, I could have invited Peter, who is Sun and Venus and Gemini. But he will be in the circle. He'll be joining us on the.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm just going to do a few of these. We might not get to all of them. Hopefully you've been able to share them in some way, and everybody can come back to the Facebook group if you're in the Facebook group and enjoy these. But May Thornton Mara, I don't know if she's in the
She's in our class, and she's in our, I think she's here today, maybe.
So if you are, May, if you can unmute yourself, you can just say something about it or not. It's just, it's awesome. It's kind of speaks for itself. That's an awesome image. We were getting so many. It's like, oh my gosh, and Kaylin was trying to post them, and oh my gosh, so there's 32 posts. All right. So that's one, and I'm just gonna actually just go through here real quick because we're kind of running short on time. So again, 2 people shared.
Well, this is actually different. This is the same cover of the album, but this one's Rainbow Woman, and
Rainbow
the other
Woman
was the song to the Rainbow.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So check this out in the group if you're in the Facebook group. If not, if you really want to listen to it, email us and we'll send it to you.
It's a fun song to sing, and I'll post. I can post it on our event page also.
Cool.
Where people will get the replay.
Awesome. So, okay, so and then Mindy, Melinda Young-Klutz offered, it's a rainbow offering she made during an intense moment that she slowly transitioned into something pretty over the course of the next few days. She took a picture of it and started mirroring the image and got this rainbow-colored queen wasp image. To her, it showed that there's order and beauty amongst the chaos. The other one's just a crazy collage of some of my favorite things. Pretty awesome. Oh, those are great.
Awesome, yeah.
Mindy, that's awesome.
You have a lot of talent in this group, I just have to say.
I really feel like a kindergarten teacher right now.
Right.
Except not really kindergarten, like, I don't know, third grade. Oh my gosh. And this, Karen, is Karen here? Is she around? Because Karen, this is so beautiful. Karen also has been in our circle for a very long time. She's wonderful.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Karen, are you here?
She might not
Yeah,
be.
I'm here. So she says, here's my rainbow offering of a coloring I did for my inner child. I promised to hold her dear, love her, and someone spoke of being present with her inner child, and I thought that was so powerful. So I want to learn to be present with mine. Beautiful. Thank you, Karen.
Love the heart around her, the heart at her heart.
Yeah.
So great.
Okay, and then we have Autumn Austin, and how beautiful. We're going to see if we can get some sound here. And it may not be the highest quality sound, but I think it's worth it to try.
You'll have to click on, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I'm not hearing it.
You can't hear it? I can hear it. Can anybody else hear it?
I'm not hearing it.
Oh no. Okay. Too bad. I can hear it, but nobody else can. Okay.
Right.
Darn.
Yeah. It's probably something in the settings. I don't know, Tammy. But.
Well, maybe this is really, yeah, it might be something in the settings. Autumn Austin. And Autumn, if you're in our group, you can unmute yourself if you want to do it live. And if you're not, I would just say that whoever is in Facebook can connect with this. And I don't know, Kayla, we might just need to post these things on the page.
Yeah, if I can. I don't
Okay.
know if I can post that or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I hope that that's possible. Okay, can you guys still see? This is Tatiana Temple, who has also been on many journeys with us. And this is her Rainbow Love Offering. This is her her altar, the beginning of her Venus altar. She's way ahead of schedule for most of us. It's her Venus return. Very excited. Me too, Tatiana. She feels incredible new energies building up. This is the card she pulled, which represents courage and finally owning what I think is right and true. And it's so funny because I have the exact same card right here too. Wow, that's awesome, Tatiana. Thank you for sharing that you're getting that started. Okay then, and this is Amanda. She shared, that's really sweet. She's not in Facebook, so she wanted to share hers, and that's really beautiful. Some more rainbows. There's just a few more we're gonna share, and then we're gonna close with Sarajevo. So this is Michaela Rochelle. Beautiful images from her altar and rainbows. Thank you. Those are, wow, those are beautiful. Okay. She says, as I rise with the morning sun, I can feel the newness of this cycle. Michaela, are you here? Bright morning star Venus. I clean the winter cobwebs of my easterly facing windows, gathering together my medicine tools. I rediscover a rainbow map of elven connections gifted to me many moons ago by an angelic goddess. My Meta Goddess is Aries, natal evening star Venus 10 Gemini, Sun Taurus, Moon Gemini. My heart sings with delight as the rainbow prisms dance around the room. So magical. She is here. Wild love and stardust blessings. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, all right. And Deborah, this is an incredible, I'm not going to read it all because we're really kind of running out of time. But Deborah, gorgeous.
The collage she made with,
I'm sorry, what?
It's
Kaylin?
a collage she made. I don't know if she's here, but this is a collage she created.
Yeah, it's a beautiful collage if you can see it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And then, wow, I'm so glad we could, Lori, this is amazing. Do you want to talk about this real quick? Because I know you're on. So beautiful. At least she was
Hi.
on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Lori, these
Yeah.
are amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was an image that came to me of really my, these are two images, the first one and that one I've had in my meditation room for 20 plus years. And they just speak to me of the Gemini Meta Goddess. And so I incorporated them in this drawing, which I have to chuckle. So I really had to set aside my inner critic because all I had to work with was colored pencils and paper. So this is my coronated Libra Venus goddess. My Venus is in Libra with the scales balancing the earth and holding that vision of the earth coming back into balance. And of course, encircled by the magical rainbow. Yeah, and Venus on the left and my moon in Gemini on the right. Yeah, thank you.
So beautiful.
Thank you, Lori. It's like an egg. I love that it's like a rainbow egg.
Yes, yes, because out of the egg comes the new world.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Isn't it funny how things emerge that you don't see when you're creating? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing it out.
Beautiful. Awesome,
you.
Lori. Thank you, man. You really went all out. That is so cool. And you're right. And when we get those archetypal images that are just, and you integrated the Libra and the Gemini. So you can see these beautiful stones. This is the next piece. These are gorgeous.
Painted rocks.
Yeah. And then A River of Birds is a beautiful song too. A beautiful song. I'm not going to play it because we're running short on time.
Right.
But it is.
Go back because Rhonda's not on Facebook, and so she'll appreciate that. She just wrote a couple of words. If you can.
Okay.
Because Rhonda's been with us a long time too. Elusive rainbow goddess, see me and come play. Paint my heart with your palette.
Wow, beautiful. Rhonda, are you here still? Rhonda was here earlier.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it. It's like a haiku.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an upside down haiku.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Rhonda. So good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yay.
Thank you for sharing. Woohoo.
Yay. Yes. So
Great.
awesome. Rhonda's been with us for so long too. We love her.
Oh, thank
and,
you.
Yeah, and everybody was getting into the rainbow stuff. And so Pamela shared this image of all the rainbow vegetables, and that's fun. And then Deborah also shared the beautiful rainbow wings, which are awesome. And Michela, I'm not sure how to say your name.
Michaela?
Michaela, thank you, Michaela. That is really beautiful too. Fun. And then Shelly Weitzner just did a beautiful vision board.
Vision board, yeah.
Cool. Awesome, thank you. Sheridan wrote a really beautiful piece about how Gemini is about magic and play and these things, and also about this moving beyond polarity and duality and into the non-dual kind of reality. And it's really powerful what she wrote. A beautiful image to go with it.
And so something for us to consider is how it's not either or, it's both and more. It's not this and that, it's this and it's not this or that, it's this and that. And it's not here nor there, it's everywhere.
Very Gemini, that is perfect. Yeah, this is Kaylin's beautiful
No,
picture.
I didn't do this. This is Michaela sent
Sorry,
me.
Michaela. Okay, that's great.
She sent me two versions of it, so I posted both of them.
Thank you, Michaela. That's gorgeous. And there's also a quote that goes with this, Sherry Klipowitz, which is from a guru, and I can't remember the name of this person, but beautiful quote that goes with this too. And we'll post that again later in this page as well. But that's a really sweet image too. And Emma made this beautiful rainbow woman painting. This is the first thing that she shared. Yeah, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emma. That's amazing. And Rebecca Coble, who we love. Also, yeah,
I
she's
love how she's laying back and honoring Gaia's Winston and Magnolia blossoms.
yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Rebecca.
There's Gemini.
So good.
You hear Rebecca?
She might have been, but she might not be.
She was, maybe not anymore. Okay. And then we've got Sarah. Wonderful, Sarah. We love you. She's also been in our circle for a very long time. And this is a longer article to read Paint the Day, a Story of Hope. So we hope that you'll
Now this
read.
is the grandmother's song. So
Yeah, this is the grandmother's song by Lisa Theo. All right, and Elizabeth Thomas shared pictures of rainbows this morning in
From
Hawaii. Amazing. And Joe Garceau sent this gorgeous picture. Wow. From British Columbia in 2019.
And Joe is one of the grandmothers in our circle.
Yes, she's amazing. She's here too.
Yeah.
All right, and that takes us to the beginning. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and stop screen sharing because we are going quite a bit over on time here. So we appreciate everyone who has stayed with us and everyone who has shared. And I think it is time, based on the timing, to go ahead and wrap up. So thank you, everyone. And Sarah Aiko, are you still with us? It's getting kind of late there, I know.
Hi, yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good. My internet connection is a little weak tonight.
Oh, you're good.
Thank you so much again for the opportunity. And it feels like you're preaching to the choir, because I think that this group is a group of open-minded and like-minded people. But I just had a closing little affirmation that had came to mind. I may have used it before, but it just simply goes, if you want to have health, inquire of your head. If you want to start trading, inquire of your head. If you want a relationship, inquire of your head first. If you want to build a house or a business or anything prosperous, inquire of your head first. Inner spirit, it is you we are coming to. Please do not shut the gate. Please open the gate for us and our inner spirit to be in harmony and in balance. Ashe, and so it is. And I just wanted to take a moment, of course, with everything that's going on and speaking to even myself, trying to ground this energy, trying to find a way to still, even this, it was just such a welcome opportunity to think of the ideal of play or having fun. But I did at least want to speak to this group, and I thought I'm learning and have a challenge of my own where I'm learning that the word no is a complete sentence. And I thought if I could just challenge everyone that's in this group or that listens to the replay to just do two simple things that we can do that would empower this whole new urban, this new paradigm that we're all creating together. Two simple things I think we all can do is say no.
Imagine that, everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm going to stop for 1 second to mute everyone and unmute you. Wait a second. Because okay, are you unmuted again? Sorry about that. I had to make sure everyone was muted.
Okay, I'm muted.
You're awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I was just saying that my challenge had been learning that the word no is a complete sentence and just being able to ground myself and to be in that energy. So I was thinking that although this group is an open-minded group, I thought two challenges or two simple words that all of us could do as we go forth in creating this new paradigm would be simply to look at the world and what we're creating and think about the 7 generations to come after us and just simply say no to the things that we know our inner spirit knows if something is unjust or unfair or if it's abusive. And if we simply observe things that we know inside of our inner spirit, you know, not trying to be dogmatic, not judging what anyone's beliefs are or where our faith lies, but if we see something or witness to something, if we all would just agree to take the challenge to say stop, I think that the power would be expanded exponentially, and that each one of us in our own life, our own sphere of influence, are going to be in different places at different times, but we each have the ability to just simply say no, because we don't have to participate in it, and we don't have to be abusive or unjust or display issues of racism or display issues that would put anyone else down. And we ourselves, each person, if we say no, that we're not going to do it, and if we observe it being done by even our loved ones or our family or our friends, if we just simply say stop and just step back and don't continue to just pretend or ignore it or not be brave enough or have the courage to speak up, we don't know that the power that we could have could be our own personal protest. Maybe each one of us are not going to go out and put up signs or march or do anything, but I do think if the people that have light would just, shine their light. And, I think of that song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So that's what I wanted to share, and I hope that something I've said has touched someone in a way that can make a difference. Ashe.
Ashe, that is so beautiful.
Thank you, Sarieko. That was so, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you all. And I have so much fun in this group. Our breakout session was really fun.
Oh my gosh, we love you so much. And Sarieko has been with us. You've been with us since the beginning.
Yes, since the Circle of the Grandmothers.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful, life-changing.
Well, you bring beautiful medicine, and you do bring that grandmother medicine in so many ways.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
And thank you for speaking to the moment that we're in and speaking to it so clearly and beautifully and powerfully. And I think, it's really, it speaks to my heart in a very clear way. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and maybe unmute everyone. And I almost wonder if people don't want to just end unmuted by singing that song. Sarieko, what do you think? You kind of inspired me to
I love it.
Be good. Okay, let's unmute.
Let's do it.
Okay. Ooh,
Oh,
everybody.
Hi.
Okay.
It's a little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine. The light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Love you all so
Good
much.
night.
Thank you for being with us.
Good hug.